Okay, so that's the building where I stayed. Oh yeah, see, they didn't have it when I lived here, the city of San Mateo. One cool, interesting fact about San Mateo. I know a lot of people, there's an argument about who's the best quarterback, and a lot of people say the best quarterback ever is Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Dan Marino. You know, in my modern era of football, Peyton Manning. But anyway, so Tom Brady's actually from San Mateo, and it's like he's like really a big deal out here because he grew up here. And I guess that's what they're known for. Is well, most people don't even know Tom Brady's from there, but like the people that live here know he's from here because it was a big deal. So I remember in 2004 they were playing the Carolina Panthers. The Patriots were playing the Panthers, and the Panthers were really good. And the Super Bowl, they're playing in the Super Bowl. I think it was 2004 Super Bowl. And me being from North Carolina, obviously I'm a Carolina Panthers fan. You know, we got a young team, a new franchise that started in the mid '90s in the Super Bowl with a chance to win their first Super Bowl. And I'm really excited. Close game. And I remember at that Super Bowl party, I'm like, I'm the only Panther fan there probably, because everybody's going for Tom Brady because he's from here. And they even have a freaking parade. Everybody's running Tom Brady stuff. But anyway, so the Panthers lost the game. It was a real close game. They lost by a field goal. I think Adam Vinatieri kicked some crazy. He kicked a bunch of field goals. The only reason they won because of the kicker. They had a really good kicker. And so I'm at the party upset and angry because the Panthers lost. But there was all these crazy parades and parties about Tom Brady and everything. Okay, so now we're turning in. This is where I used to live. And yeah, they have Whole Foods over here. They used to have this place I used to love to eat. I don't think it's open here anymore. But it's called Pasta Pomodoro. I used to get the chicken parmigiana. Like, that was my go-to meal. Like, when I got out of class and got back here, and they basically hooked me up because I used to go there all the time. Like I literally could walk there. Man, there's a lot of people grocery shopping out here today. It's way okay. Like when I lived here, it wasn't this busy. Like in the middle of the day, like it was not this many cars here. So obviously, this place has gained a lot more population. Oh, I got Chipotle over here now. I don't even think Chipotle existed when I lived here. That's showing my age. What else they got? They got a Shiki, T-Mobile. See, all this stuff. I don't think there's anything in these stores. There's only this store, and the other side there are a bunch of restaurants. I think they had a Quiznos. Quiznos is one of my favorite places. Oh, the Habit Burger Grill. That looks nice. But none of this stuff. The buildings were here, but I think there were a lot. I think at the time they probably still have them up there. They had like loft apartments up there, which were like really expensive. I think they were like $1.7 million when I lived here for a loft apartment. And in North Carolina, for $1.7 million, you can get a really nice house. 1.7 million. I mean, a nice mansion. So now we're at Park Place at San Mateo. So this was actually one of my first apartments when I moved to California. And the thing that I remember vividly about this place was like how excited I was when I actually moved here, because me and my roommate at the time, we stayed in the dorm. Our first year we stayed in the dorm, and we were like so stoked about getting out of the city and moving, you know, out here and getting an apartment. And then I remember when we first came here, there was two really beautiful ladies that worked at the front desk who kind of like was even the extra incentive to move here. It was Monique and Yvonne. And the thing I remember about Monique, she was fine, but that was the first white woman that I ever seen with the name Monique. And Yvonne was like, she was an Asian, and she was beautiful too. And they were like super friendly, super nice to us. Like, yeah, we're gonna hang out all the time when you guys move here, you know, and we can show you all the cool spots. But then I remember when we moved here, we never hung out with them ever, I don't think. But yeah, we still had a lot of fun here. It was exciting. My first year I stayed here with Sonny in the apartment down here, and then the next year I stayed with Beth in an apartment right down here. I'm trying to remember the address, but it's not, I can't remember the address. But anyway, we're so excited about being here. It was a nice area. Like, you got a little park area out here and hang out. Then you got like a little pool area and a little park area, hang out over here. And then they're still building all these little townhomes at the time. I think this whole front face was built, but then they start building those ones back here later on. So yeah, coming back here is like, I remember like a lot of this was still being built as far as like the residential, I mean the commercial parts and some of the extra restaurants, but still just brings back memories being here, man. The things I used to do, waking up on the weekend and having fun and just enjoying the nice weather and the beautiful scenery, man. Just take me back to that place, and just like that age when you're in college and you got your whole life ahead of you, like, you know, you got all these dreams, these aspirations, and these things you want to do. And like, it's just a time of your life where you're like almost at that focal point where you're about to be shot into life after you graduate. So I just remember that feeling, the excitement of like what I was going to do, what I wanted to do, and all these ideas and dreams that I had at the time about things that I want to do. That kind of takes me back to that place in my lifetime, being out here again. So it's good to see, just kind of come back here and get that same feeling of how you felt when you lived here. All right, so this was the building where I first moved into. So I stayed in two buildings, this building and the other building the next year. But that first year I moved here, I remember this guy named Carlos, who stayed above us, and he invited, and this was actually the first time I actually was high in my lifetime. It was an accident, but there's a guy named Carlos, and I don't know if you know much about California, but it's very famous for marijuana here, and marijuana usage is very open and accepted, and especially going to art school, like artists, creative, you know, usually get high a lot. I remember classes where people brought their bowls and stuff. Anyway, so Carlos had a party, you know, and we were excited about going. They lived on the third floor, and at the party we're hanging out, we're eating food. We're broke college students. We're happy just to get some free meals. And I remember eating some brownies, and they were good. And then somebody's like, those brownies are stash. I was like, stash? What you mean? Well, they got weed in them. But they were good, so I kept eating them. So I ate like 3 brownies. And then by the time it was, me and my roommate wanted to leave, because my roommate ate some too. We're trying to get back to our apartment. It took us like 30 minutes to get back to our apartment because we're like falling down the stairs, tripping, laughing at ourselves. And then I remember when we finally got back to the apartment, I was trying to eat some cereal, and I remember opening up the cabinet, and there was some Captain Crunch cereal box in the cabinet, and Captain Crunch was waving at me and laughing at me. And it just made me laugh. So I'm sitting there laughing back at Captain Crunch, just laughing. And then I look at the microwave, and like 30 or 45 minutes had passed by the time that I was just sitting there and just like trying to pour a bowl of cereal, but I just couldn't stop laughing and looking at Captain Crunch. I was sitting there like 30 minutes laughing. But make a long story short, this ended up being my first ambulance ride as well too, because the drugs affect me so bad. I just was going through different emotions. Like I would go through like laughter, then I would go through like fear, then I would just all love and sadness and crying. So I was experiencing all these emotions, just going through the motions like in a cycle. And then I guess I thought somebody was trying to kill me or something, so I was panicking and I was yelling, and somebody called the cops, and then my roommate called the ambulance, and so they ended up taking me on the ambulance. And then I think the cops showed up a little bit after that, because the ambulance was like literally like 3 blocks over. There's a hospital over there, and they asked me to sign something. I was high, I didn't know what I was doing, and I remember they had a pretty late on the ambulance I was trying to talk to or something. I was high, I didn't know what's going on. But anyway, I got on an ambulance ride, and it ended up being like $2,700 for this ambulance ride, you know, almost $3,000 to go 3 blocks to the hospital. And all they gave me was charcoal, literally the same charcoal that I used in art class, for almost $3,000. I mean, like I literally could have just got my art supply and swallowed it, because charcoal, it makes you throw up really fast and gets all the stuff out of your system. So that's what they gave me. I was there for like 45 minutes at the hospital, ended up with a $2,700 bill, and that's a lot if you're in college. A whole lot of money, $2,700 when you're living on a Best Buy and hustling graphic design gigs. That's a lot of money. So thing if you come to California and go to a party, don't eat any brownies. If you see any brownies, stay away from them. You don't know what they got in them. Unless you made them, don't eat them. Or see them being made, don't eat them. Advice.